There will be no places to publicly consume marijuana in Calgary come October 17th, but there has been a suggestion of pot lounges, kind of like these hookah lounges. But what about the effects of the closed environment on potential employees? Currently under AGLC rules, pot lounges are illegal. Alberta's Deputy Chief Medical Officer of Health said the concern is around the health of potential employees.
So I think for the moment what we would be concerned about is what we know the health effects are of smoking cannabis would potentially also be the health effects of someone being exposed to secondhand smoke. So that would be true for workers or other patrons in an establishment where people were smoking cannabis. So really it would be a concern for anyone who's exposed.
Henshaw added that just because marijuana will be legal doesn't mean it's safe. Justice Minister and Solicitor General Kathleen Ganley said they have the option to regulate cannabis lounges, but they are challenging.
You'd have workers being exposed to an intoxicant, right? So a lot of people think that it's just, it's like having a bar, you can go, but when I go to a bar and order a glass of wine, it doesn't make the server or the patrons at the next table more drunk.
City News asks you what you think of pot parks versus pot lounges.
It's just like smoking, right? You don't want to be in other people's face. You just got to be respectful to other people. But if you have pot places, designated pot places, it might surround a lot of people in one area where, the residential people, or they might not feel comfortable with that.
I think it's actually a really good idea because and there's a lot of places in Vancouver that has lounges where you can go and smoke. And I think it's kind of nice, kind of like having a bar that you can go to and smoke. Like if you want to, right? Like if you want to be there, that's where you are. But if you don't want to be there, you don't have to go there. So I think it's a nice idea.
So having the parks, it would be like no way of keeping the smoke inside. So it would be like the wind would just take it away. But if you have it in a shisha bar, some people would maybe overdo it, and then the smoke would get crowded. People would get too baked, and that could be a hazard.
In Calgary, Jenna Hamilton, City News.